Yeah, I know. You're looking for a demo of the Eventide UltraTap. Got you covered. Before I go any further, I do want to let you know that I contacted Eventide and asked them if they would send me a demo unit of this pedal, and they did. Those guys rock. All right, on with the demo. The UltraTap is a pedal version of Eventide's plugin by the same name and the algorithm that's part of the H9 system. Really like the UltraTap because it takes all of the features of that sound and puts it in an easy-to-use pedal. Here's my clean tone that I'll be using during the demo here. And I'll also be using a dirty sound. Let me go ahead and turn on the UltraTap and let's see what we get. Then we'll start twisting knobs. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the wet-dry knob. That's the one in the upper left-hand corner. If I turn it counterclockwise, it's all dry. And one of the nice things is that you can go 100% wet. I like that a lot. All right, in the middle is a knob called Taps, and this is where things get really interesting with the UltraTap. We've got the basic rhythm or BPM or milliseconds of the delay repeats. Maybe you've got a 500-second delay repeat. Well, you can use this Taps knob to add in between 1 and 64 discrete delay taps that will sound out for each one of those kind of main beats of the delay repeats. So I'll turn it down to 1 tap. Here we go. All right, so nothing too special, but let's go ahead and turn it up to about 4 taps. Ooh. Okay, so let me go ahead and tap in another tempo here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, isn't that interesting? You can get some really interesting things here going on. Let me go ahead and just twist that knob up to, looks like 15, 16 taps. Oh, yeah. Let's go all the way up to 64 and see what we get. Yeah, when you go 64 taps, you kind of lose that distinctiveness between each one of the little delays going off. All right, we're going to come back to the taps. I'm going to turn it down back to 1 for now. Maybe 2. Yeah, nice. Okay, next up is the length, and this is your subdivision, or if you've turned off tap tempo, which I have on right now, it just becomes the time knob, and you can go up to 4 seconds. Right now, I've got it set to, let me go ahead and put it in that quarter note division, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you get the idea. Next up is the feedback knob, and I've got it all the way down right now. Let's bring up some feedback. Now let me bring the feedback knob all the way up. as I'm sure you're noticing, there's no self-oscillation. It really will just, if you turn those repeats all the way up, it will just keep going. Next up is the spread knob. And this is interesting if we have multiple taps going on. It allows you to adjust the timing of the taps. If you turn it counterclockwise, you're going to bunch the taps up, more of the taps up at the beginning of the delay repeat, and then it will spread out and slow down. Did you hear how it started fast and then slowed down? If you turn it clockwise, then you're going to do the opposite. It's going to start slow and build up in tempo. Now that one might be interesting for a lead. The remaining knob is the taper knob, and if it's in the middle, each of the taps are going to sound out at the same volume within each delay repeat, right? So if you've got 5 overall delay repeats, obviously each time the up to 64 taps repeat, they're going to decrease in volume over those main delay repeats. However, you can bring them up, you can fade them in or fade them out within each beat. So here's a fade in situation with the knob. So as you can hear, in between each of those major beats, if you will, of the delay repeat, we've got increasing in volume taps. If we turn the knob in the opposite way, then we're going to fade out. And you can hear that it goes down. Let me make it a little more clear. There we go. It really fades out there. I really like this capability because if you add more taps in, this helps you keep control of the sound without it getting out of control. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Bill, is that all there is? And the answer is absolutely not, because this pedal has a full set of secondary functions. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that little button, and now I've changed the function of each of these 6 knobs. Up at the top then, the mix knob becomes the tone knob. Here's what the tone knob here's what it sounds like right now. If we increase the tone knob all the way up, here's what we get. Very bright. We bring it down. Yeah, it gets kind of murky, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a very effective tone knob for sure. The knob in the middle goes from taps to Slurm. And Slurm basically introduces a smearing effect on the taps within the beat. So I've got it turned all the way off here, and here's what my taps sound like right now. Okay, they're pretty distinct. Let me go ahead and add some Slurm in here, and let's hear what we have. Yeah, they're starting to smear together, and let's bring it all the way up. It's very reverb-like at this point. done yet because we have the pre-delay knob. We can go from no pre-delay, okay, to a whole boatload of pre-delay. And that's kind of cool if, for example, you want to use it again with some distortion. You can hear it almost sounds like pre-delay on a reverb. And who would have thunk it? We have even more to go. The feedback knob becomes chop in secondary mode, and this introduces a tremolo-like effect. Chop is all the way off right now. Let's bring chop up a little bit to one of the waveforms on the knob. Hear how the tremolo kind of changes? And with the knob in the middle, that is your speed knob, so you can adjust the speed of the tremolo. Oh, there we go. Now we really have a choppiness going on. The chop knob is very versatile. If you turn it a little bit beyond 12 o'clock, you get into a region called Swell, and this actually adds an Autoswell into the taps of each delay repeat. Cool. And the spread knob then, the secondary function in this case becomes the rise time of the swell. So you can hear how the rise time is being affected here. And this sounds really good with volume swells if you have a volume pedal like I do. I've set up a patch for lead guitar, and I'm going to play some volume swell leads, and I went for a Frippertronics-y kind of sound. I've got the length set to 4 seconds, and I've got the taps set to about 4 with a little bit of slurm and some of the other goodies going on. But I want the delays fairly distinct, because I want to hear that kind of Frippertronics-like repeating going on. So here we go. Check it out. haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Ambient guitar content every week. I've got a playlist here of some other things for you to watch, and I'll see all of you on the next video.